Okay, guys. So I had put in the journal prompts for this upcoming week, the last week of April, and I left a architecture triptych Photoshop tutorial, but now I'm about to show you what to do if you do not have Adobe Photoshop. So I have provided for you this template that you can access in your locker. It's called template underscore architecture triptych. And you'll see in the directions that this is just for students that don't have access to Adobe. And I'm sorry that you're not going to be able to experience using Adobe Photoshop, but at least you'll be able to get the projects in. So what you want to do is go to File and make a copy and then choose Entire Presentation. And you want to rename the copy up here in architecture triptych to last name, first initial, underscore, just triptych's fine. And then on the third slide, which is right there, it's telling you to place your 3 photos using guides to be sure. All photos are mathematically and evenly spaced and leave gutters between your photos. So I'm going to show you in the sample I created on slide 2 what that looks like. So to create the guides, so I knew I was being mathematically precise, if you click in the ruler area, you're going to find where you can add vertical guides, edit guides, and show ruler. Well, our rulers are already showing. I'm going to show you the guides that I already created, and notice I just knew each one of my photos were 3 by 3. I just kind of guessed. I just kind of played around with them and created the guides afterwards. But you can click back on the ruler, and I'm going to go ahead and edit the guides by deleting them all out. So you have to do it this way. You can't click and hit delete. You have to click into that ruler area and again click the edit guides, and you have to delete the vertical and horizontal ones. Okay, so now that I've deleted them all, let's replace them again. I'm going to click in the ruler and I'm going to add a vertical guide. And again, I just kind of did some math after placing the photos to figure that out. And then you just go ahead and click into the ruler and keep adding those guides until you have enough guides to make sure that they all go across. And then you can, to get the horizontal guides, you just left click and drag. So you want to make sure you've got guides for your top and bottom to be tidy too, so they make sure they all measure accurately. Your name goes here. You'll notice I gave you a tip here that you need to use the text tool, or you can just copy and paste my sample into your slide and it'll show up in the same location. But what you want to make sure is that you use, if you change the typeface, you have to use another sans serif typeface, which means it doesn't have those cute footsies and tailsies and ears. It's just really basic like this, just even strokes. And you're going to type your name in the bottom left corner using black text. Try 18 point to start off with and play around with it visually. And you're going to use your right alignment tool to make sure that it goes flush right with the edge of the photo. You'll notice I'm just clicking and dragging on the rulers also works too. But look at where I've placed the text. If I were to click on it, I've made sure that my name, this is supposed to be my name, is right up against the edge. The last letter of my last name is up against the edge. That's called alignment, and I recommended that when you click on the text box that you choose right alignment, so that way it goes that direction. And then when you go ahead and you are done, you're going to delete this slide and you're going to delete this slide, so all you have is your slide. And you need to get rid of those guides, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those guides one more time by going don't show guides. There we go. Otherwise they might show up on your JPEG. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. But when you're done deleting out the sample and the instructions, if you go to File and you go to download, look at, you can download that as a JPEG. All right. So that's how you submit a non-Adobe triptych. Okay. And I guess that's it. If you have any questions, you can email me. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.